I really appreciate having brothers around me that can say, yo, you tripping. Or you prideful. Or that was childish, Keith. Because being critiqued by someone that you know, love, and trust you, and that knows you, it's a form of love.
So for those of you who like, well, me and my wife, we don't argue, but God ain't happy about quiet moments either.
Yep.
See, what we'll do is because I ain't arguing, because the police ain't called to my house. So now I'm better. It's like, we ain't never argued. You didn't, but you ain't talked to your wife in 2 weeks.
Laying the right foundation. Like you said, the fundamentals. Kids come into the gym wanting to shoot threes, and they can't dribble. In life, you trying to be an adult, and you don't even understand yourself. We got to lay the foundations, baby.
What's good, man?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, listen. Hey, man, I'm honestly, no, like real talk, like I'm feeling good, bro. Like it is, you know how you had those moments where like life is going, it doesn't mean that, you know, you got money and all that stuff, but like I'm really, really like in a good space. Like
that's what's up.
I was just like, even yesterday, you know, after Bible study, just driving home, and I'm like, dude, God is so dope. Like, he's better than dope, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so good. Like, my wife, my kids, everything, my family, church family. Like, dude, I can't complain, dude. I don't, like, I'm feeling real good today.
That's what's up, man.
Like,
hey,
you good?
I'm good. I can say I feel that way too. You know what I mean? And not just bounce off because you saying it. Like, no, but legit, like, you know, nothing is perfect in life. Like, there's things that you always wish, like, oh, that could be better and that could be better. But overall, like, it could be a whole lot worse.
It should be a whole lot worse.
It should be a whole lot worse.
That's what I be trying to tell people.
And I'm like,
man,
yo, life is good. You find reasons to rejoice. And really, when you, like, think about it, like, honestly, I was driving here, right? And I had a conversation with Robert, my brother, right? And we was talking, and he said something like, yeah, and you prideful. Like, he told me that. He was like, you prideful. He was like, when you are set on something, you dig like 10 toes down in it, and like you ain't moving. And we didn't like go into it.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking like, yo, it's a blessing to have people that's around you that can critique you, that you trust. You know what I mean? That know you, that spent the time to get to know you. Like, so I know how Keith thinks. I know what type of heart Keith has. So when he do things, I'm not going left field with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because you ain't digging your heels in on just nonsense. Like, it's, you know what I mean?
And my heels is only dug until somebody like show me I'm wrong. And I'm not saying like, yo, prove it to me. But at the same time, like, I think I'm right. So let's have this conversation.
I tell people a lot. I say this will go a whole lot smoother the sooner you figure out I'm right. I'm just saying, like, the sooner you figure out I'm right, it'll be all right.
Like, but it's a blessing because I'm like, I really appreciate having brothers around me that can say, yo, you tripping. Or you prideful. Or that was childish, Keith. Because I was listening to Southside Rabbi. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
That's a dope podcast that I like to listen to. And KB said something to the effect like, I only have two eyes in front of me. I don't have them to the side of me. I don't have them to the back. I don't have them on the top of my head. He was like, that's the importance of living in community because you have people around you that can see the sides, that can see the back. Yeah. And can say, hey, bro, point this out to you. Hey, bro, this. And I'm like, being critiqued by someone that you know, love, and trust you, and that knows you, it's like it's a form of love. You know what I mean? It's a real form of love.
You gotta see it that way, right? And
that's
where people, okay, I'm gonna hold this before we go. Welcome to the Unc Podcast.
welcome.
Thank you. No, Uncle Chris here. You got Uncle Drew. You know, so what we do, we kind of in conversation. I wanted to welcome all y'all. Thank you for tuning in again. Like, subscribe, all the good and great stuff. And to get back to, go ahead.
Shout out to my Aces.
Hey.
Shout out to the Las Vegas Aces, the 3-time WNBA champs. Shout out to all of y'all. We having a parade today. By the time y'all see this, it's gonna be over.
It's gonna be over.
But I have to shout out the Aces. Like, I really rock with them. They need more love in the city. We need a license plate. The Aces has the most championships in Las Vegas.
I'm sure. Well, we ain't got a license. You know what I mean? We young, though.
We young. We're a young sports town. You know,
the Raiders have 3 Super Bowls, but
they were Oakland.
They were Oakland and Los Angeles.
We'll adopt them, but they were Oakland's.
Oh no, we're still working on the adoption piece. But
we got a Stanley Cup.
We do,
and we got 3 WNBA championships, and we have a national championship.
Yeah,
to the old school running Rebels.
Yeah, Vegas is getting there, man.
I think we're going. The A's are coming. I think if we invest in our teams,
we need new ownership.
Vegas is a
they ownership. I'm sorry, they don't spend money on nothing.
That's what I was about to get to. We got to spend money, bro.
But
to Vegas,
it is. But to go, so we'll hop on that. But to go back to your point, it is right to have people in your life that can truly say like, "Yo, bro, this is going on."
Yeah,
you know, hey sis, this ain't, because we say it a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But then even to get into like mainly what we're talking about today, right? Yeah. The response we can have to a lot of things, like what is an acceptable response?
What is an acceptable response?
Right. And that can be such a broad stroke of a brush, right? When we talk about an acceptable response. But when you think about it, like what truly is. So again, to that point, Rob said, okay, you prideful.
Yeah.
So you can take that and respond like, well, what you mean? Because instantly you'll say like, oh, well, pride, I like if it says not to be prideful, you know, in the Bible, that's it. Like I don't got pride. Like you know what I mean? It's just, but when you understand what he's saying and where he's coming from, it's like, nah, man, you're here.
And I didn't even like we didn't even get into it. But when I was just thinking about it, I don't know why I was thinking about that. Like my brain be thinking about 800 things. Like I just flip different thoughts. But when I was thinking about it, I'm like, yo, he said it, but because we have the relationship that we have, I trust that what you're saying isn't ignorant, one, because you know me, right? You know my heart.
Right.
And then 2, I know it's not from a place of like ill will or you're saying it to be spiteful. Like it's a honest critique. Like, bro, you prideful. What you mean? When you make your mind up about something, you dig in. And I'm like, that's true. So, but like you said, you got to see it that way. Like, because I believe we live in a culture where, and this goes, like you said, right into what we're talking about. If you critique me or you don't agree with me, it's an offense.
It's okay to have a different opinion. Like, it is really okay.
It's
like,
okay.
We struggle with that. Like but our response, we will, and because I don't know you or I don't think you have my best interest at heart, right? Or if I think you coming at me sideways, then my response will always be to crash out, or my response will be to always snap. Or so even though the information that you telling me or giving me may be the very thing that I need, right? So even though, if I'm in a situation where I'm bad with money, like I'm bad with money, I'm terrible with money, and you see, now you're solid with money. It doesn't mean you're rich, but you're solid with money. You got, I got my 401k, you got a little savings, a little high yield things going on of that nature. So you like, and you my boy,
right?
So you like, hey man, why are you buying that? Mm-hmm. Why are you going there? What you mean? You know what I mean? And so now, because I'm snapping. Because I know you right.
Right.
That's like, see, I know you right, but I don't want you to tell me. Because see, we always say, right message, wrong messenger. To me, it doesn't matter who the messenger is.
Facts.
Right? I think because if I'm stuck on the messenger.
But where does the snap come from? Like what causes the snap?
Because I'm not living up to my capability.
Okay.
So I look at it, because the only reason I snap is because I know I should be doing better, or I know I'm not doing the right thing. It's how I look at it from the standpoint of if my son is in class and he's struggling with say he's doing math and he's struggling with the math problem, the teacher come and corrects him, he don't trip.
Yeah, because he knows he's struggling.
He knows he's struggling. Right. You sitting there, he rubbing his head and sitting there pencil. The teacher can visibly see, like, hey, all right, everything okay?
Right.
Now, his response more than likely is going to be, yeah, I'm trying to figure this problem out, but, I can't. And they say it to carry, but then the X equals this, and I'm not. So he doesn't take that as a slight. Mm-hmm. Why? Because I know I know I got it. I can recognize that.
Yeah.
But he accepts the messenger who's saying it because it's the teacher.
Right.
Let that be his homeboy. It's like, dude, you still over here stuck on that problem?
Let that be the op.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let that be the op. And I think that can be true. I think what also true is like people are ignorant of themselves. You haven't done the homework on yourself, or you haven't looked in the mirror enough to say, or you've rejected every critique that has come your way, that you have this deceptive outlook on who you are, right? Like, I thought I was a good husband until I realized, why my wife always crying?
And
that has something to do with me.
And then, so knowing you weren't wanting to do this, but what the culture promotes is, I see a good husband.
Right.
Now, he ain't said 2 words to you. He didn't say anything. He just taking care of his family. He's like, so what you better than everybody now?
Yeah.
Why? Because your kids say I love you? You know what I mean? It's
or I could put on a facade to where the people around me think I'm a good husband, right? Because you're not in the bedroom when we're having those late night conversations and we have to be real with each other about how we feel, or she has to be real with me about how she feel, or what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. You're not there. You're not there in the arguments, you know what I mean, that take place in that house. So, but when we step out, we're unified. So they're like, oh man, look, man, Keith's such a good husband, man. You know, the way he loves his wife and the way he loves his kids, man. Oh man, I want to be like him. Little do you know, my wife's like, if this dude do one more thing, I'll leave him.
Out.
Right?
Bags is packed.
Our marriage can be on thin ice, but to the public eye. Now, what's more valuable? I think we live in a world now where the public opinion almost supersedes the reality of your situation. Because as long as I can step back into the public and maintain my reputation, that's more important or more valuable to me than losing this one individual, because I could lose her, go out in the public and blame her for why it didn't work. Man, she was da-da-da-da-da, and she didn't do da-da-da-da-da, and she blah, 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 blah. And then you got people around you that want to be yes men or just ignorant to you, who you are, or don't want to tell you. Like, so they're like, yeah, bro, man, forget these girls, bro. You know what I'm saying? We better. And then you back in the game and you feel like there really wasn't no consequence outside of what she's think. And who cares what she think? Because at that point, y'all probably don't care no more. Versus looking yourself in the mirror and being like, yo, I have to answer to God about how I treat this woman.
Which, and to that point, so understanding, right, and because even going to that in public, so you should be unified. Yeah. So, and that's the thing. So I agree with what
like
you're saying,
shouldn't go out in the public,
right? Because
looking like how you.
Because again, man, our culture is trash, dog. I'm just being honest. Because what the culture will do, right? The culture will promote and say, crash out, let the whole world see, right? Let everybody in your business, let all this stuff. So I'm on Facebook and you talking in code, and I'm on IG and everybody knows who you only married to one person.
Right. We know who you talking about.
Wives be out here, can't get a hot meal, certain wives that can't cook. It's like, right. You only got one. Like, we know who you talking about. So there's something too in this instance where regardless of what's been going on behind closed doors, right? And we ultimately get back to it because I do love God more. Right. So regardless, we may not be seeing eye to eye. We have, even if you, and for my people who I can hear them, you know what I'm saying? They ain't here. I can hear them. I can hear them already. So for those of you who like, well, me and my wife, we don't argue, but God ain't happy about quiet moments either. Yep. See, what we'll do is because I ain't arguing, because the police ain't called to my house. So now I'm better. It's like, we ain't never argued. You didn't, but you ain't talked to your wife in 2 weeks.
That's the
All
problem.
right, I'm gonna talk to you now because you
Yeah.
know what I mean. So
Right.
just because,
yeah.
so, but in that, like, yeah. So regardless of what goes on behind closed doors,
Yeah.
we are a unified front.
Yeah.
When we leave out of here, now don't get it wrong. We'll have the conversation. We'll do what we need to do to make the adjustment, but you won't know why. Because culture.
Yeah, we 1000% need to be a unified front, but don't front.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
I got
Like,
you.
you know what I'm saying? Like, when
Yeah.
you step out, we ain't gonna go box in public just to show the public we ain't on good terms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if somebody say, "Yo, how you doing, bro?" And you like, "Man, we doing great, brother." You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got the normal, you know, nothing perfect, but we good, bro. And then it's like,
If I'm asking,
I see it in your wife's eyes, y'all not good, bro.
if I'm asking you, bro, like, it's me. That's where, but going back to your point, right? With Robin, having a group and having somebody, if you come to me,
right,
and like, hey, bro, y'all good? Not in a way of like, all right, man, everybody good? How the family doing? All that. No, but you legit like, bro, you good?
Mm-hmm.
You coming to me is letting me know I'm seeing something, and it doesn't mean that something's up,
Right.
Something's off.
Right.
Right? So it doesn't mean that it's even your fault or something that you did. He's like, everything cool? Yeah. It's like, nah, you know, she going through some stuff, you know, her mom, this, that. And it can be a whole host of things, or just me in general.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I'm just not, you know, I'm off. Like, I'm thinking about stuff, and I'll text my wife, and we do this a lot. I do it a lot, and I'm just like, babe, I'm sorry, you know, I was off. Like, I'm just been off, and some of the times, like, most of it, like, she don't even really see it. But for me, it's like, yeah, I'm just not.
And that's huge. And that's something I had to learn over the years, because, again, what's an acceptable response? Like, my wife used to say, like, you're so cold. And my attitude at the time was like, I can't tell you how I really feel, because if I do, it ain't gonna do nothing but stress you out. And I'm trying to create some a culture of peace in this house. And if I'm the leader and I'm feeling some type of way, that's just gonna spread throughout the house. So I'm gonna deal with it myself, right? But the problem that caused was, I don't know you. Like, you act in some type of way. As your wife, I can see you're off. And so, is it me? Is it the bills? Is it the kids? Is it work?
That's why some communication has to happen.
Exactly.
Right? Because even if you say, yeah, babe, something's happening, like, it ain't, but she needs to know, and vice versa. Right? Because as the husband, like, if my job, I see something going on, you good?
Yeah.
What you need? You know, I need to go to, you know, do I need to go to Chipotle or wherever your favorite spot is? Do I need to go get a seafood boil? Like, you good? Is everything okay?
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm okay. So, because you got to let me know to where if it's something that I'm doing, if I've done and I don't know, right? Vice versa. So you right. But that is a huge thing,
it's
man.
Huge.
And if I tell you, what is your response going to be? And as men, dude, because we got extrovert, introvert, but as men, most of us, we keep to ourselves a lot, right?
It's a culture.
True. And so,
you know,
and part of it, because especially with women, y'all go for the jugular. Like, y'all don't just, y'all just can't be like, oh, look at your shoes. You got to go all the way and be like, oh, that's why your mama is like, come on, man. Like, why we gotta go?
My mama in this conversation?
That's how your mama got a prosthetic. Like, what? You was talking about my shoes. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? But it's men, because if I let you in a space where I never let anybody, I don't know what your response is going to be. That's why dudes who like, you know, Pokemon or Dungeons and Dragons, video games and all these things, which isn't a bad thing. Right. Which now it's more acceptable in the culture of anime and all these different things, cosplay and all that.
Everybody play video games now.
Yeah. But so I know, especially for me, and then even growing up, like, there was friends of mine, like, that's what we did. Like, we preferred to go play, you know, outside and basketball and football and all that stuff, be in school, go to parties and do all that. But when we was at home, okay, we hop on Madden, NCAA live, do whatever, and we, you know, playing seasons, playing against each other. That was just the way that we connected with our cousins, our friends, and our homeboys. And then it's like, they get older and it's like, okay, I still like playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just like it.
Yeah.
But because you don't understand it, I don't know how she's gonna react. So a lot of times she's like, well, he just don't, open up because he don't know what your response is gonna be.
Or he has tried. He has gave you sneak peeks in, and he didn't like the response. So, like,
Yeah.
if I'm telling you, babe, just give me a moment, right? Just got off work. I just need to get work off of me. And you like,
No, we need to talk about this now.
and you storm out. It's like,
Yeah.
all I asked for is for a moment, and I got attitude. Now, if I really come in and tell you, yeah, I'm tired because I had this going on, me and the boss got into it at work. Then I came in the house, realized ain't nothing cleaned up. Like, you looking at me, the kids running wanting me to take them out, play outside. You ain't cooked dinner. It's already 5 o'clock. Like, so now I'm gonna have to try to figure something. Like,
It's a whole
now that's
crash out.
that's 3 days of not talking at best.
We'll be on the news.
You right? So it's like I can't tell you that. So now I'm gonna just have to absorb all of that. You know what I mean? And just not talk about it. But then when I don't, it's bad. And why I said it's a culture, because it's like, as men, if you did that, you nagging. Why you acting like a female? Right? If you being too emotional, why you so emotional, bro? What you doing all that crying for? Like that's life, man. And you a man, suck it up, bro. You go to work, get that money, pay the bills. Like, that's your job. Like, I've had situations where, like, people have said, like, when you go to work, like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you like, I mean, yes, but whoa, I don't get any credit for, like, doing, because if I just said, what? It's you working. Like, you don't want to work? Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
I think now so in the response, so
Yeah.
I think outside,
Uh-huh.
yeah, I ain't giving you no cookie for going to work. That's
Yeah.
what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Now in your house,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Because that's because the response outside in that instance, I ain't tripping about what they're saying.
Right.
But if I come home and you know how hard I work and the sacrifices I work, here's another one. Going to work ain't hanging out. Like,
we're not having
fun. Like, not like that. Now we may have fun and joke and stuff like that at work, but we get paid to do a job. Like,
Right.
don't accuse your man like, well, he get to work. I'm at the kids with the kids all day. No, he's at work.
Right. Y'all are both equally doing
Yes, y'all doing
what you
something.
have to do.
It's all good. But going
Yeah.
back to it, but it's in the house,
Right.
right? Because it's not just outside looking in, I'm just going to work.
Yeah.
You see sacrifice,
Right.
right? Do you think I want to work all these hours? You think I want to be doing this? You think I want to be doing, which is why my whole mindset, right, has changed. Because even for me, and like, my response to everything is so different now.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's so different. Like, because, okay, we shooting the pot. When we started it, what did we say? We said October 3rd, we're shooting regardless of what happens.
Right.
Something is being recorded on somebody's phone in somebody's house.
Yeah, we making it happen.
Now, it worked out. Shout out to Chris again and here at Vegas Content Studios. This is where
shout
we
out to him.
at. But why? Because my response to everything, right? Because when God says something, faith is a now thing, right? Talked about this a few weeks ago. Faith is a now thing. So when he says do it, I have to be in a position to move.
Right.
So when I'm working, I'm positioning us for what God wants us to do in our household.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you don't see that as sacrifice, because when you say, okay, so you went to work, so what?
Yeah.
This is for you. When you went and got your hair done and your nails done and bought J's for the kids and we got the kids in private school and this is going on and that's going on. God, this is the avenue that he's choosing to allow us to live this lifestyle. And I gladly sacrifice for y'all.
Right.
Like, it's not just work. And that's where the
hit comes from.
Exactly.
And it almost feels like a blow to your manhood, because it's like, we ain't out here just collecting compliments as we go throughout life as men. You know what I mean? And I don't think even women get enough credit for what they do. But y'all definitely get a lot more praise than men do. societal, like from society as big picture, right? Mother's Day is an event. Father's Day, it's an hour.
We top 10. So I looked it up this year.
We top 10?
I looked it up this year. We number 9 now. So at one point, it was Christmas. So it was Jesus and your mama, right? It was, Mother's Day was second behind Christmas. We was behind like Alder's Day,
Columbus Day.
It's like Columbus still ain't fully. We don't even know if he really is him or who really got credit.
And
but
it's like Father's Day.
We was like almost 20.
I think fathers started making noise about it, bro. I think that's why we moved up the list. People's had, you know, through social media and podcasting and streaming. Like, I think men started making noise, and then they were like, all right, we got to put some respect on the dad's names.
But also,
we moved up to number 9. It's still crazy that we're number 9. If mom's number 2, we should be number 3.
But the thing is, and the beauty of it and how we're made, right? Yeah. And how we don't trip on that because it's not about, that's why even when you talk about the animal kingdom and who's the king of the jungle, right, is a lion. Yeah. Who has the mane?
Right.
Right? So that's why when our ring that we wear, it's like, that's enough for us.
Right.
Like, we don't need all the extra and all the stuff. Now, again, women, that's why you have the makeup, right? And you have all those things and we get it. Now, I'm all for it. I told my wife, I told Sheree, I was like, I didn't marry no rodeo clown, so don't come out the bathroom.
Who are you?
Yeah, like you in a
your face and your neck are 2 different colors, baby.
You got the little keg, the big keg with the suspenders, and no, we not doing that. But that's why, man, we get ready faster, right?
Yeah,
like it doesn't require a lot for us, right? We are very happy with playing the background, but your response in the home, if it's not grateful and appreciative, that's like you said, that's the hit.
Right.
So then when I don't feel I'm getting it at home, now that's a whole...
That opens up the door for the devil to slide right on in because you're going to have some female that's like, I see how hard you work for your family. It's so admirable. And you like, nobody's ever told me that before. You know what I mean? And it opens the door and it's such a hit because it's like, I don't ask for nothing. I don't even really need you to say that to me on a regular basis. But the fact that you said that, the opposite, is like, you know how many dudes don't go to work?
That's where, oh, man.
You know what I mean? You know how many women are like, I would pray.
Now that is
go get a job.
That's where the video games and all that stuff is a bad thing. Like if you sitting at home all day, and all you doing is on the Xbox and PlayStation, or all you doing is, or I'm going out here to go to the gym and I'm doing this and that's she gonna work. It's oh man.
You gotta have your priorities in order.
Bro, I cannot think what the term is, but it's like the reverse now. So now women are looking for, it's not even a simp. It's just like a dude to care for them, like to be the stay at home
husband.
Dude, the husband. I'm like, you weren't designed and created for that. Like, now I get it. Like, you got all the times have changed, and if you say gender roles, that's like cussing. That's like you can't even ask your wife or your girl. They just, hey, can you grab me the hot sauce? Like, what you saying?
Like men can be men and still be that.
Yes,
you know what I mean. And I'm not even gonna say men can be men because I don't want to like try to make it all masculine. Like, men can still be breadwinners and good fathers and good stewards and good husbands. Men can be strong and men can be sensitive, you know what I mean, and tender to their wives. Like, you don't have to be in the kitchen with an apron on every day with manicured nails and not work in order to fit that role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be all of that.
Yeah.
And I think a proper man that is like understand who he is and who God created him to be and the role that he plays as a husband, as a father, as a leader in his community, regardless if you realize it or not. As a unk, people are watching you.
Yeah, man.
Strangers are watching you. Your family is watching you. If you are a member of any type of organization, a church or whatever, the young people are watching you. Other men are watching. They watching how you move.
Yeah.
And it's like, to know your role and how you should operate, you can be all those things and not have to be like like feel like you sacrifice. And same thing for a woman. A woman can be a breadwinner. She can go out and be a boss, but when you come home, you're not the boss.
That is wherein lies the rub, right?
Yeah.
Because it is, and I'm okay. So it's an podcast. So
Yeah.
for me, I and my wife, she doesn't do it anymore. But she would have this because she worked with the city at one point, right? And she had people under her, and she ran a program around the city and all that.
Yeah.
And so we were at home one day. As a matter of fact, he came to the house.
Okay.
She was dropping something off. And, they out there talking and whatnot. And so I brought it. I think she was picking up some puffs or something. And I came and dropped it off. And she's like, oh, okay, well, I'll just send Chris to go get it. And I told her, I said, stop saying that.
Yeah.
Because in her mind, I was like, you don't send me anywhere.
Right.
You can ask me.
Yeah.
And because what he was asking, of course, I'm going to go take Keith them their stuff. But and that's why I said therein lies the rub, because you don't know when to turn it off.
Right.
Now at work, you can be VP, whatever, CEO, boss, this, that, and the other. That's great. But at home, and that's why, again, back to the house, because again, your response when you get home to each other, like you said, I can be that. God created us for that.
Right.
God is exactly what we need him to be when we don't even realize it.
Right.
So yesterday, I needed him to be my provider. He's my provider.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I need him to be my healer. He's my healer.
Right.
Next week, I need him to be like, he is whatever we need him to be, which is why when being in the house, that's why in your response to what goes on in the house, and that's why when you say, well, yeah, I run this, no, you don't.
Right.
You see, because what your response is, you just told God, I don't care about what you think.
Yeah.
See, it doesn't mean when he says you're the weaker vessel, right? Yeah. When woman's a weaker vessel, it's not that you're weaker in the sense, for the most part, the man is the stronger. Now, again, there's exceptions to every rule because some in the house is right. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't say, but you're the weaker vessel.
Right. It's the role that you're supposed to take on.
Him lead. Right. That is just the place. That's the strength. You know how strong you have to be to have dominion and then to just come under somebody else's rule.
And I think it's like, is it pride? Is that the right word? Because I look at it, we sports guys. Mm-hmm. So from a team perspective, right? Let's use my Aces since, parade today. Shout out to the Aces again.
Hey.
You look at somebody like a KB, Christian Bell, or you look at somebody like Kia Stokes. Now, if you don't watch the Aces, get your life right. Start watching. But they were considered the bench players. But they both contributed to the championship being won. Now, regardless if your role is big, if your role is small, your role is important. And you have to be ready as a professional athlete or on any team to come in the game and do what you got to do. But it's like we all want to be A'ja Wilson. And even in the home, it's like, who's A'ja? Is it me or is it you? And it's like, now A'ja, if you don't know, she's the alpha on the team. She's the leader. She is the LeBron James of the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA, right? Like, she's the leader. So we know if we're in a situation, we go to A'ja. She's the 4-time MVP, right?
She's taking the game-winning shots.
She's taking the game-winning shots. We all know. At the end of the game, they probably want to talk to A'ja. They probably don't want to talk to me. Even though I might have had a good game and score more points than A'ja that game.
And what a good leader does, what A'ja would do is she'll do the interview because she's required, but then it'll be real quick, and then she'll say, okay, here go Jackie Young. So then Jackie Young does the bulk of it because, like you...
Yeah. And in the home, it's like, why we competing for the top dog position, right? Like, if God said I'm him,
he's him. There's nothing beside him.
He's him. He got it. He's him. But then under him, he's like, I'm looking at you, Chris. And when I come and I need a report of what's happening in the Roger household, he's gonna say, hey, Chris, come out at me.
Like, when you're the oldest sibling, like I am, right? So I'm the oldest and my wife is the youngest. And I think, and you can tell people always say when they watch us and just how they like, that makes all the sense in the
Yeah,
world
yeah.
because you know she'll be out there, we'll be at a party somewhere and she dancing and doing all
Right.
this that you know, and I'm
we
sitting
chilling.
back. And in mine, because as the oldest, there's so much responsibility on you.
Yeah,
like
right.
getting home, and then my two brothers and my sister, we would get home, making sure you know do their homework, you know, getting food for them, doing all this stuff, and like when you're the oldest and when you understand if something goes wrong in this house,
I'm
Mama
answering
ain't looking
to
at you like.
right.
You may get a whooping eventually, but
Right.
ultimately, not just the whooping, but everything that comes with it. Like the burden of responsibility is on me.
Right.
It doesn't mean we are all their children.
Yeah,
like we're all their
exactly.
children. But the responsibility is on the one that I gave the greatest responsibility. And he gave that to
The man.
man.
Right.
The problem is our culture, our response to that has been to go completely to the opposite.
Yeah. And it's almost taken as offense to say, hey, be less. And it's like, not be less, just play your role. Like every good team, every player knows their role. Jewel Lloyd can get buckets. She ran to the corner
Man, listen, that
and
is
stood there.
I was asking again, I was like, why is not Jewel Lloyd is so dope. Like, I don't think people realize how good she was coming from Seattle.
Bro.
Like, and so when she came, I was like, oh, let's go. You know what I mean? And
That's
then-
what I'm saying. I'm
and
like,
sitting there looking,
we got a
especially-
pure score on our
especially in
team.
game 3 and 4, and we done lost these double-digit leads. And I'm like,
Yeah. Why
man,
is it
if y'all don't give her the ball, like, if she can go
exactly?
get it.
But Jewel understood
Her role.
This is what they need me to do, and I'm gonna excel in this. And I think when you have in any team, and really like home is a team. Like your home, me, my wife, and my 4 kids, we're a team. We want all this to work right. We all got to work together. Now, I know God has given me the responsibility to where if he come knocking on the door, he's asking for me. He ain't asking for mom, and he definitely ain't asking for y'all. He gonna ask me first, right? So as the husband, and when I really understood that, even when it comes to loving my wife the right way,
Yeah.
that's huge, right? Like, yo, how I treat you, babe, really don't have nothing to do with you, right? Like,
That's nothing to do with her.
yeah, it don't have nothing to do with you.
That's nothing.
It has everything to do with me and my relationship with the Lord and how submitted and obedient I want to be unto him, right? And then doing that, being like, well, I'm going to treat my wife how the Lord tells me to treat my wife, regardless of how my wife acts. Then you'll start seeing changes in your house that you didn't do nothing to like bring about. Like stuff
Really?
just
So you mean because you was off, your house was off,
off.
and then you wonder what's going on?
And I try to tell dudes, man, because
Yeah.
like, listen, you are the tone setter. It starts with you, right? If there's a problem, and I early on, I didn't. That's not a truth I was willing to accept because I need everybody to hold their own level of accountability. Which, when you say that, like, everybody should be accountable. Everybody's like, yeah, you should, right? That's a that's a truth that's like generally like accepted. Like, yeah, everybody. But from a spiritual sense, it don't matter what your wife is doing. It don't matter if she give you attitude every day. It don't matter if she insults you every day. Is it right?
Now, if she doing that every day, now let's just say, because I want to interject this, but you keep going. Now, if you were in the beginning, you know, you was off, you wasn't being who you supposed to be and all that. Okay, now you've rectified it, and she's still every day. Like if you've made the adjustment and she's not, then it's probably
now we gotta start having some
go ahead.
conversations.
I just want to say that because I'm like, don't
but-
sit there for 10 years and like you done got it together, and then she out here she's like,
I
got you.
There's definitely responsibility on both sides.
Yeah.
But when we stop looking to blame somebody else for what's going on, like, and that's in every area of life, now you can really grow as an individual, right? Like, okay, my wife's gonna have an attitude. That don't mean I gotta have one, right? Like, if we gonna have a situation, I'm gonna do my best to walk out of this situation without having anything to repent for tonight.
Because you the tone setter. Like,
Right.
It's like you said, so even using Asia, like Asia, everybody understands Asia is not just the best player on the team, she's the best player in the league. Right now, Caitlin Clark is exciting. You know, now Paige Beckers is coming, Juju Watkins is coming. Like that's,
Lot
you
of
know,
young
the
talent.
point guard Chelsea, Chelsea Gray and all, like Jackie Young. Like there are some awesome and great players, right?
Right.
Donna Taurasi just, retired and all
Right,
of
right.
that. Stewie,
Yeah,
over in the
yeah.
Liberty. Like, there's tons of great players,
Right.
but the greatest teams understand Asia is it.
Yeah.
So we do our job to hold Asia up, and then we
Yeah.
all benefit from her greatness. So in the house,
That's a bar.
so in the house, if everybody does their role, because again, you're gonna have the vision, you're gonna have the drive, you're gonna have the stuff to get accomplished what God wants in your household and for your life, and to be great, right? In his context, not in my context, but I'm gonna be great in his context. So whatever he wants, he decides what success is in my life.
Yeah.
So when he gives me something, it's like, okay, I'm doing this and I'm going to accomplish this and I'm happy to that. I need you to be my helpmeet.
Yeah.
You're not lesser.
Yeah.
But if you pray for me,
Yeah.
if you hold me down, hold the house down,
Yeah.
making sure our kids are good. I do my role, you do your role, the kid does theirs. If you hold me up, everybody benefits from the greatness.
Right.
Now, we understand that's not everybody's situation. So again, if you are a single mother or a single dad or a single parent, he graces you for that.
Right.
So it doesn't mean it can happen. But when you're in a 2-parent household, 2 God-fearing parent household, that's the original design of what he wants. So if you do with your job, just hold him up.
Yeah.
I think we struggle because our response to strong men now is I got to be a stronger woman.
Right.
Or I have to show him I'm just as, we know we never said you weren't.
Yeah. It's almost like you looked at it as like, oh man, he's so controlling. It's like he's not controlling. Like he's just sure about where we're going. Right. So it's like one thing that our man of God told me that I'll never forget. And it was so simple, but it was deep at the same time. He was like, a lot of times God sounds like your wife. And I was like, sure about that? You know what I mean? I'm like, sure about that? Sure about that?
Yeah.
But, like, to me, that says she's far from weak, right? And most men, if you have a woman that you know is holding you down, that you know has a prayer life, that you know is praying for you, we're consulting you about everything. We're not just out here making decisions without, hey, we got to do this, this is going on. What you think? All right, I'm going to take what you have to say.
Now, I'm still going to.
I am still responsible for making the final decision.
So I may still make the decision. That's the thing. Like, and I think that's what get lost in the sauce because my wife would do it.
Yeah.
Now, again, to our pastor, Dr. Poole, man, like he is. And he said this with Pastor Sheila. He was like, well, there's times I'll ask her, do you like this tie or that tie, right? Or do you like this shirt or this shirt? Right. He's like, I might even go with the suggestions she made,
right.
But I just want her opinion. And so I'm on the other side. I'm like, then don't ask me then, right? That's kind of my thing. Like, if you already going,
if you're gonna do what you're gonna
do, what you're gonna do, then why ask me?
Right.
But I understood, and like you said, it was
I value your opinion.
I value your opinion. So there may be a time where you see something you're like, nah, because that tie, you see that stain on the back, or you see that stain on the side? I didn't see it. Right. So it's in that moment, okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, we do need to make this course of action.
And 2 is always better than 1, right? We always say that.
1 1,000, 2 10,000 to fight.
Right. 2 is always better than 1. And so when I'm coming to you and I'm consulting you, it's like I need you to be on point, because if I'm missing something, babe, I'm trusting you that you gonna catch it.
I think, man,
and when we could do that, when we could bounce off each other like that. Now, ultimately, as a woman knows, like, babe, it's your decision, right? But I think this is the best way because blah, 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 blah. Like, we do it in every other arena. Yeah. But it's like if you go to work and you sitting down and y'all have a project or something coming up, what happens? The heads come together, whoever they may be, however many may be,
your senior management,
and y'all talk about it. I think this, I think that, I think this, I think that. But then you have that guy or that woman who has to make the final decision. I've taken everything everybody said. We looked at it from every angle, and we're going to go with this decision. Now, if they don't go with your recommendation, does that mean you weren't valuable? Does that mean that you were the weakest link on the team, or they look at you as the weakest link? Not necessarily. I would say no.
Because the responsibility ultimately falls on them. And I say it at work all the time.
And if it work out, Or if it don't work out,
it's not on me.
It's not on me.
Listen, when I'm on job, I work construction, right? And when the foreman come down, now we can go in the area and we could talk about it like, oh, we should probably run the pipe this way, do this. Oh, we need to use a couple hangers. That we can go through it. Now, ultimately, it falls on him.
Right.
So when he's like, yeah, that's cool. No, we can go ahead and do that. Let's just run it this way. We'll jump up 6 feet, go, okay, cool. Or you may say, nah, let's just go ahead, keep it over here. Okay, cool.
Right.
I do it exactly how he wants to do it.
Right.
Because when senior leadership is walking and the project managers
and
the CFOs and everybody else, and they walk in and they're like,
talk to bro.
Man, who did? Hey, he over there. I'll be over here. Hey, we still get over here. Hey, the foreman right over there. Why? Because it was his decision.
That's a freedom, or almost like, to me, as a wife, that you can say like, babe, wherever we end up, I played my role and followed you. So good, bad, or ugly, I'm with you. But just know, if we end up in bad and ugly, it was your decision. And that's something I tell my daughter. I'm like, we were talking before we started recording about, our sons and our daughters getting to the age where they start liking boys and girls, right? And I tell my daughters like, and I want them to start thinking like this at a young age. If you do something, or if you connect yourself with this individual, every decision this man make, your future is dependent upon it. Like, if he wants to be a knucklehead, if he wants to make dumb decisions, guess what? You are going to live through those consequences with him. So you better be sure that you're linking up with somebody that you trust your future with. That's huge. That's huge. And for me, being somebody who started a family young, I wish I would have waited until I was in a place to where I didn't have to take somebody's daughter through the trenches with me. You know what I mean? Because of stupid decisions. It's not like life just happened and we had to respond. No, like just dumb decisions I've made, right? And now you have to live those with me. Now, I appreciate the fact that you stuck with me and we've made it out and we can look back and say, to God be the glory. But perfect picture or a better picture, like, nah.
That's why
you ain't even got yourself together, bruh.
Right. But that's why waiting to you're married one, right? And because when you have, man, listen, so, because as the head, right? And when she's connecting herself to me, like we have an idea, where we're going and what God wants, but he doesn't give us the details. Now he'll give us breadcrumbs, and as we go, and he'll put things in your heart, and it's like, man, I didn't even, what, we gonna do this? Oh, you want me to start that?
Right.
And it's like, I didn't have that desire before we started.
I would never thought about it.
So it's so important that I find my purpose. Yeah. So understanding my sole purpose on this planet Earth is to please God.
Yeah.
That is it. Right? Because see, my destiny and my purpose are two different things.
Right.
But my purpose, right? So I need to get that first and know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Right? Because like you said, because now I'm dragging her through the mud with me.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I got married, it was later. I was 27.
Yeah.
Right? But so I was working construction, right? Shout out to local 525, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union. But we finished the job at the Marriott. So this is it. I got married in April. In August, we get laid off. Wow. Or finish the job.
Oh.
So the job is over, right?
So when the job's over, is it
we just go
off?
back to the hall. Yeah, we get laid off. We go back to the hall and go take the next call.
Uh-huh.
So now my wife is pregnant, expecting our oldest, Kaylin, expecting our son.
Yeah.
November. So now I'm like, for me, I'm not tripping, right? In that sense, because I know, okay, I just go back to the hall, wait for the next job, do that. She doesn't understand the union lifestyle, right? And her mind, like, layoff is like laid off, like,
right. Like,
what you mean? Like, okay, we gotta go. Like, why you not? Okay, and then now it's early. I'm telling you, like, so early on, it was like, okay, well, you ain't, you going out for job interviews and this. I was like, nah, I just called the hall, this, and then so. And her mind's like, you not going to get it. I was like, I'm not supposed to go get it. That's the point of paying the dues that we pay is
right. They find it.
They find it and we go get it. But to your point, it's like, okay. So, but even in that, it's like, okay, I got to do for my family. So early on, it's like her holding me down, like what you said. It's something amazing about getting it out of the mud together.
Yeah, there is.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, there is.
because now, right, sitting here where we are and all the things and doing is just starting all this stuff and doing this. And now understanding like, God, if you'd have told me I had to go through all this,
I wouldn't have signed up for
because
it.
my response to what
Right.
you said, like if you'd have told me, so same year, next year rolled around, so I'm not working again, and then it took a while, so I got my unemployment, but she's working, so she essentially is like holding it down. Now I go get a job at Toys R Us, seasonal job at Toys R Us, making $8.25 an hour.
Yeah.
Right, seasonal. Like, so it's part-time, seasonal. I'm just trying to make it work.
Yeah.
And in doing that, right, she never wavered in me because she easily could have left. She like, I don't know what this fool doing. This dude done got laid off 4 months into us getting married. And now all of a sudden, like, how is this supposed to work? But it's something special. She never lost her position. Right? I was always more hard on myself than this because you know me. Like, it's so many things I wanted to do. And I'm like, man, let's do this and that. And so part of it was the response that I wasn't getting from her was I wasn't being who I was supposed to be.
She didn't give you that feeling.
Right? So it was, I knew. So I was always, again, I was like, all right, babe, I want to start this. You know, we're going to start this label. You know, we're going to do this and that. And it's like, okay. And then nothing happens.
Right.
So if that's you, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Uncle Chris is talking to you because I was that same dude.
Yeah.
You sitting here like, nah, babe, we're going to do this and I'm going to sell this. We're going to start this business. I'm going to get this. And early on, she like, okay, cool. That's what we do. You know, she helping you out. She researching stuff, doing all this, playing her role.
Right.
And then it's like 3 months later, like, okay, so did you talk to such and such? Nah. Now my response is, like I said, because I know I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I told you I'd call him. Then it's like, wait, what happened to?
Right.
And it's so it's so important, right? When our daughters and our when you're connecting yourself with somebody, bro, like it is like, and you having a conversation with her is so dope, right? Because one, it's on so many levels. One, a daddy-daughter relationship is already different. Right? You're the first man she falls in love with. Yeah. But you having that conversation with her, but being real, like, look, you connect with a fool if you want to. Like, this is what I did. Right. So even in that, she can come to you knowing that your response, right? Again, what is an acceptable response? It ain't just spaz out on her. Right. It's natural. Yeah. She's gonna, Dad, this boy like me, I like him. Right. So why'd you like, you don't like boys in this house? Like, like ain't nobody like, why would you crash out on her? Right. Knowing that she's in a pivotal time where I need you to, your decisions, baby, now are gonna affect you for the rest of your life. For sure. So I always want you to be able to come back to me. Yeah. Right? I always want you, and I think you doing that creates that avenue. Is so dope, and a lot of us in the culture doesn't do that because I'm so busy. Now, don't get me wrong. You need to be on your grind. Go get your bag, right? Do what you need to do, provide for your family, but it cannot come at the expense of what God has given you. Right. If me getting the bag come at the expense of my son or my daughter or my sons or my kids, that ain't the bag I'm supposed to get.
Because everything good ain't God. You got to know. You got to know, like, you know, you need to be locked in with your kids to know, like, I need to spend a little bit more time with this one, right? Like, and having multiple kids, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, and for me, it's a challenging thing because I have 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, from 16 to 8, and they all want something different from me. Yeah. Along with my wife, along with my want-tos, and me just wanting to relax when I get a little bit of free time to relax. But it's like, I'm watching them, I'm listening to how they talk, I'm paying attention to what they like, I'm watching how they dress, and I'm trying to pick up context clues of like where my kid is, because kids sometimes can't explain why they don't know are the way they are, you know? And I'm slow to like, you know how they talk about like teenagers had their attitudes or whatever. I'm slow to like, about the attitude because it's like, I get it. stuff is annoying, right? In your mind, because I was 16, like it's like sometimes parents forget that they was teenagers and forget the thoughts that they had when they was teenagers and forget where their outlook was on the world when they were teenagers. So it's
everything was the end of the world.
Everything was the end of the world.
Can you imagine?
I was right about everything.
Have the shoot like that's the thing. Like so, even you said that it's good because like we were so self-conscious in the clothes we wear and the stuff we had, and we knew if we didn't have the shoes that everybody else had, and we didn't have everything that everybody else had, like. I ain't going to the school dance. I ain't going. Why? I got that same suit.
Yeah,
that same
I'm not going to set myself up.
Now it's
they
cool
gonna
now.
bag on me for the whole week.
Now the no-show sock showing the ankle like having a small suit is a thing now. Back then,
listen, you gonna get flamed. We're gonna be in the middle of homecoming with a circle around you.
Pull your shoes up. What the rest of your pants at? They didn't come with the rest of the fabric. It's a layaway, like
exactly.
But you're at that age, so. They don't know what an acceptable response is.
And that's why the grace has to kick in as a parent to not like kill them for being ignorant. They're young and dumb. We were young and dumb. So it's like, baby, I'm going to love you through this right now. There's some non-negotiables. Their disrespect will not be tolerated in my house. And I think that's a universal thing, right? Like from us,
we just gonna say universal in our house.
Yeah. I would hope the world disrespect is not tolerated. You don't tolerate it in the streets. You definitely not gonna tolerate it in the home, right? Disrespect, non-negotiable. For us, grades, non-negotiable. Now I done got into it with a teacher over this. For my house, not saying this has to be your flavor.
Yeah.
For my house, C's are not acceptable. Why? First off, we live in Nevada. Okay?
It's schoolwork.
Not trying to dump on Clark County School District, but if you look up the rankings.
Hey, new superintendent. Listen, she sounds like she got some sense so far. I mean, it sounds like she's.
Now I'm gonna talk about when I was in school, and I'm carrying that mentality to my children. Right? So it could be different. But C's are average. And I tell my kids, are y'all average? God didn't make y'all average.
God ain't average.
So C's aren't acceptable. If you got a C, now have my kids made a C? A C here and there? Yes. But it's because they've clearly struggled in the subject. And we've done everything we could. Tutoring, extra work, going to the store, buying the little workbooks to try to get you extra work on it. And you tried your hardest, and I've seen that. We'll let one slide through here and there. But the mentality is
you're not striving
you're not like, you know how like some people like D's get degrees.
C's D's don't. But
in
C's,
college.
Yeah, but C's get degrees. And the thing is, it's the same. It's a similar sentiment in my house, but understanding. So my middle son, Kyle, he's third grade, so he's fine. Lisa's fine, but Caitlin, again, that's my guy.
Yeah.
He's going to do something great.
Right.
Like, my kids are so dope, dog. Like they really are.
Yeah.
And like he's going to do something. He doesn't realize the greatness that's on him.
And that's your job as a parent to mentor.
Like he doesn't.
Not mentor it, but what's the word I'm looking for? Like cultivate.
Right.
Because he don't see the greatness. He don't even understand the brilliance that other people see on him since he was little.
Yeah, he don't.
Like, you're not the average kid.
He don't. And so for him this has been the biggest struggle that he's had this year is because of sixth grade. So now I got multiple classes, right? And so it's not easy as before where everything's in the same class. I can boom, knock it out, this, that. Now there's some responsibility on you because now we got A class, A block, and B block. So I don't have the same class every day. So I got to make sure this homework is doing here. And then I got to go on the computer.
Right.
Make sure, right? That's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Right now we follow up, help them make sure all that. But no, you got homework. When is your homework due?
Right.
Right. And understanding that because, son, listen. C's are not allowed because that is way below you.
Yeah.
Now, as she grows, Because certain subjects won't be your best thing, right? So when you get in honors classes and those
science was mine.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand science.
Right? So knowing that I just and that's all. So my response can't be if I see they're struggling with a certain subject, because so your mom or your dad, science could have been his greatest subject.
Right.
So he'll come down and you like, just answer. You see the table.
Yeah.
AG is gold. Like, I don't understand why you can't, the periodic table is easy. And you like, what is what? What table? What we eating on? Like,
Exactly.
Because it doesn't compute.
Yeah.
So our responses, and that's how, for me, I think that's how responses are learned.
Yeah.
And I think an underlying thing that we keep bringing up is the household and how important the dad is being in the household. Because again, like you said it, the tone setter.
Yeah.
So when I am struggling with this homework, right? And when I am struggling with this assignment, what is my response? Right? And not only what is my response, but what is an acceptable response to struggle? Right? Because it's not just, okay, yeah, they talking back. No. So when something is going on, like I'm legit having an issue or struggling with this assignment, I can't figure out. There was a math assignment who was doing some math homework now, and so he's over there. I see him struggling.
Yeah.
Right. I see him. And my wife would tell you, she's like, you got so much patience. She's like, I don't know how in the world you got
my patience.
And so because I think part of it is working in customer service so many years when I was younger and all that, and being on the end and getting yelled at and cussed out and all that, and then working at Toys R Us and getting the baskets and all that. Like, so doing all that stuff kind of helped me. Yeah. And when I'm on the phone with somebody, it ain't their fault. They just reciting what the computer screen say. They don't run it. But so I see him struggling. Mm-hmm. So so he's like, he's huffing puffy, he's slamming his pencil down. So I'm like, what's the problem? Yeah. He like, no, I'm trying to, I was like, well, let's look at it. Let's go. And so he's like, yeah, but the denominator, I was like, right. I was like, but you got to take it down. You got to get your multiplier. So it can't just be, okay, they both multiply into 20. Right. But 2 is the actual answer because you can multiply it all the way down to 2. So you got to go to the least common denominator.
Right.
So you're not wrong.
Yeah. I see where you was going.
Because that is right.
Yeah.
But it's asking for the least common. Right. So you doing it right. So we going through it. So we finished the homework together. So he going and we doing it. I'm like, okay, what's this one? So then he did one. And then, because his homework now, man, you talking about now.
And these kids' homework, period, bro.
And the second thing is, sidebar for me, he's in private school. Yeah. So you really don't have no excuse. Well, we paying the sacrifice that we doing. You ain't a part of the school district.
Right.
Like, you
better make these grades.
But and we going through, but you got to answer so many questions and then you get to 100. After you answer, they give you like 2 points per question and whatnot. And then the homework's over. But if you miss, it'll take you back down to like 90. Yeah. So he got to 98. He had it right, but he didn't go to least common. So he hurried up and he just hit. So he's like, all right, cool. Then it went back to 90. He was like, what? I said, look at it. He's like, now, he knows. Right. See, before he didn't know what he was looking at. I'm doing it, and it's like half of them are right and half of them not. Because it's you doing a common denominator, but in that one, that's the least common. 20 is the least common. And so showing him, right, son, an acceptable response to struggle is, and I'm not saying you can't get frustrated. You'll get frustrated. Right. Doing all that. Now, again, he ain't crazy because, again, disrespect and tolerate, so he ain't snapping at his mama. Right. But she doesn't have the same patience that I do. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
And that's huge, bro, because like you said, like in our responses as parents, it teaches our children indirectly or directly how to respond to different things. And for me, with my kids, I'm always trying to show them why it's like the bigger picture, right? Because you're only going to be in school, as compared to your lifespan, God willing, a very, very, very small percentage of that is going to be you in school. But even, all right, son, you got to pay attention to details, man. What are they really asking you, right? They're setting you up because they're trying to see if you really know the material.
And word problems.
Right? So it's like, you have a question, and it's like, I know that seems like the question, but that's not really the question. Like you said, you got to get down to the least common denominator. And in life, son, you got to when people talk to you, you got to listen to them. Stop talking so much. Shut up. What are they really asking you? What are they really saying? What are they really dealing with?
Because the smartest
right?
person in the room is never the smartest person.
Because
in the room.
like we move emotionally, right? And we make dumb decisions in life. So you getting frustrated and slamming a pencil, you just like, whatever, see everything. See, right? Because you frustrated with the test. I'm done. I'm not doing it no more. Right? I'm frustrated. I quit. See, we can get whatever. I said, now if you do that, now later in life, you get frustrated with something. I'm not doing it no more. Your wife make you mad. I want a divorce. Friend offend you. I'm not friends with him no more. You don't know how to deal with frustration. You don't know how to deal with struggle because every time you did it when you was doing your math problem, you just quit. And if I let you, as your dad, like my son, come to me, but Dad, can I go to basketball practice today? Did you try out for the basketball team? Yeah. So why are you asking me not to go to practice? Because
that's the expectations.
Like, man, they don't even be passing me the ball.
Don't matter.
Okay, go watch the ball get passed around. Learn something. You're a freshman. You're not going to get the ball.
No, unless you that nice.
Unless you him. And son,
you're not.
I
know you're
right.
You're right. You know what you're telling me. I know you're
like, I'm not trying to dump on you, but let's be realistic about where we are. We can grow to be him, but right now you are a freshman. And even if you are him as a freshman, a lot of times in sports, I'm going to humble you.
Yeah.
You sit there and be him until them are done, and then we'll let you get your shine, right? Go there, learn, pay attention, because what's going to be more impressive is when you do get on the court, because you were paying attention when they were doing it. I don't got to coach you on that. The coach is already seeing like, oh man, he already know the plays. He already know the verbiage. He already know the movements. He knows the back screens, all of that, right? So if I let you quit, or if I let you just take a practice off, to me, I think I'm developing bad habits in you. And because daddy supported it.
No, that's to everybody. Like that should be to everybody. That is supporting bad habits.
Yeah, it's like I'm supporting bad habits and I'm not going to do it because if I'm aware of myself, again, being aware of yourself as a parent, who you were, who you are, if you're training your kids and raising your kids to be better than you, then you got to do something different, right? I lost my Millennium Scholarship the first semester of college. Nice. Why? Because one, when I realized I ain't have to go. You know what I'm saying? When I realized, like, wait, I don't have to come to class and I'm not going to get marked tardy and nobody calling my parents.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Hamburger Hut, here I come. You know what I mean? And I went to see it. So it was down the street.
Right down the street.
I'm hitting up Hamburger Hut. I'm going to grab me a 4-piece strip.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? With some fries.
Extra ends, let's run it.
And I'm out. I'm going home. You know what I mean? Or I'm going somewhere, right? But that was a habit because school was easy for me in the sense I made good grades, but I didn't develop good habits. And that translated in life.
Yeah.
Right? And I had to learn that throughout my 20s to where now in my 30s, I'm starting to reap the benefits of those habit changes. But like in my children, like, no, you got to get this now. We don't got time. I'm not going to let you make the same mistakes.
You don't have a choice in the matter.
No, you don't. I require greatness.
But I cannot. Oh man, I told somebody this. I said, I cannot. We do this in our relationships between our husband or a potential suitor, somebody recording, our boyfriends, girlfriends, our parents, children, all the relationships. We're constantly in what the culture is, you trying to hold somebody to a standard you're not living to.
Man.
So now your son, so you like, son, I'm trying to teach you these life lessons, but if he don't see you going to work every day, if he don't see you taking care of business, if he don't see you doing what you're supposed to do, you can talk till you blue in the face. Right. But what he sees you do is what he's going to emulate. So what he sees, he's like, okay. So if you talk to mama that way and when he snap at his sister, you can't get on him.
Right.
Because the truth of if he, now disrespect ain't tolerated, so he ain't dumb. But he can be like, I'm not but daddy, you talk to mama that way. And you made mama cry.
That's even a thing I was thinking about, bro. Because it's like, when our kids is real with us, we want to say it's disrespect. Right? Like, it's funny, like, but my son, my baby boy, Jackson.
Yeah.
He'll just be like, I'll be walking around the house with like white beater on and my shirt off. He'll be like, man, Dad, you getting fat. Because he always talking trash.
Yeah.
Now, I don't get mad at him
Yeah.
because that's what we do. So you know what I mean? I'm like,
hope you live long enough to get daddy.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a trash talker too.
Yeah.
So like my wife don't like it, but you know, I'll be at his game. You don't catch a pass. I'm the parent that's like, Butterfingers.
Oh, you gonna let him go blow by you like that?
Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, he broke your ankles. Like, I'm that parent.
You too young to be smoking like that, smoking these layups.
I'm not the parent that's like, good job. You tried. Man, catch the ball, man. We be outside practicing way too much for you not to catch that ball.
Why? Because your standard has been set. And it ain't just school. It's like, son, you're not average.
And I put too much work in.
It doesn't mean you're going to hit every shot.
I remember you telling me one time, like, yo, my son will be great. Like, I done invested too much into my children to allow them to be mediocre. And it's like...
And here's where, again, because even going back to what Rob said and the pride thing of it, like... Yeah. I struggle with this in a sense because it's like, no, he is dope.
Yeah.
Now, he understands, son, nobody owes you anything. Nobody's going to give you everything. You be respectful. Again, that's disrespect is not allowed. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't care who it is. If it's an adult, you maintain your place as a child.
Right.
That means your mama know we'll handle it. Right.
Exactly.
It's certain things you don't do and he don't do that. But he is great.
Yeah.
Like I said, so nobody is allowed, right? When we're talking about decisions that affect their future, we talk about, now we're talking about my kids. Yeah. Nobody.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's my mama.
Right.
If you're not impacting them the way I want you to, you won't be involved in their life.
Yeah.
Now, you'll still be their grandmother and all that, but the staying overnight, right? We talk about staying the night at somebody's house and this, that. If I'm not saying, if I can see in you that you're going to negatively impact my children's lives.
Yeah.
And it may not even be a bad thing, but if I can see you got bad habits.
Right.
And you.
Why is my kids coming home telling me something they watched Chucky last night?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
They don't watch that at home. And at my house.
Right. And so, and people are like, oh, won't you just, let them stay and it's okay. And it's like, and it's not saying that, but it's not that I don't trust you as much as the responsibility is on me. I can't go to God and say the seed that he's given me. Now he talking out the side of his neck. That's the problem. That's another problem with the culture. Your response to, well, just let him do. No, it's not. I saw a clip. This girl, she was a young 20s, a ballet teacher. And she was, bro, when I tell you, she was crying. She's teaching ballet, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 5 to 8.
Yeah.
She's crying because the 5-year-old girls, she's saying, okay, let's get in place. They talking back to her. I ain't got to do that. You 5. Right? And so she's like, okay, so she's trying to redirect them, trying to help them out. And so it gets to a portion and she's playing a certain song and the 5-year-old girls, now I don't know who the artist is of the song, but they want to listen to Pound Town. Now, at 5.
Pound Town?
Now, I don't know. Like I said, I'm disconnected in the sense I don't know who the artist is. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just leave the artist.
Now, Pound Town is, I'm sure, along the lines of
it's a sexy
Wag
color.
And Ski Yeet and whatever, all the other nonsense. Right? It ain't good.
Look,
but
it ain't good.
But so she's the ballet teacher.
Yeah.
And then she goes to the mom, and what is the mom response? Well, she told you she didn't want to stand over there, so why are you making her do? Why? Because of culture. Why? Because where is the dad?
Yeah.
See, that's why when I tell people, man, it's bigger than you. I get it. Y'all gonna get frustrated. I understand. Marriage has its ebbs and flows. Right. But when you stand before God, that's what the vows are for. Yeah. Right? In some way, shape, or form, the vows say for richer, for poor, for sickness and for health, for better or for worse, right? Because there's gonna be times, but it's so important to our children's life. It's so important to the greatness of us. Like, there's no way I could be confident in doing what we're doing and successful in what we're working on and the podcast and the businesses and all these things if my house was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you can't. You know what I mean?
That's my legacy.
You got to have home as priority. right? Home is priority. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, okay, putting my aunt, you know,
Hat on.
As young men, you gotta have a vision for your future, right? I think a lot of young men don't have no vision for their future outside of like, I want to be rich.
Well, as a basketball player,
but that's rich.
Or
you wanna, and that's cool. You want to be a basketball player, great. You want to be a football player, great. You want to be any professional athlete, great. You want to be a doctor, great. You want to be a lawyer, great. You want to be an astronaut, great. None of that stuff is happening without some level of not even some discipline. All that stuff is not happening without discipline, without vision, without a plan, right? And a lot of times we say those things, but I don't know if we really understand or have the people in our life to understand. Like, even I'm nobody special. Keith is nobody special. Uncle Keith ain't nobody special. I don't have no like career that somebody would say like, oh, you're this. Like, it's not one of them prestigious titles, right? But I understand how hard it is to just run a regular home to make sure the mortgage is paid and the bills is paid and the kids are able to have what they need and do what they want. And me and the wife are able to have what we need and have what we want and do what we like. That none of that stuff is easy and it takes discipline. And we don't have like, if you know, like I tell my sons, you wanna quick derail yourself, get involved with these girls too much.
Bro.
Right? But the culture will say, hey, men get females. You know what I'm saying? I hear little kids, like at AAU programs, right? AAU games.
Yeah.
I remember these two little boys was talking to each other and they was going back and forth with each other. And, you know, that's funny. And then the little boy was like, yeah, but I get females. I got hoes. And I'm like, y'all are like 9. Like, what?
Yeah.
Do you even know what that means? One, like, and what? There's so many things wrong with that. And it's like, but for you to say that tells me that I'm not saying it's necessarily in your home, but in the culture in which you're being brought up in, and that
it's around you.
Or that's around you.
That's what they're seeing.
That's something that we need, a medal in our trophy case. We gotta have females. And it's like, you want to derail your dreams? Like, and same thing with my daughters. You want to derail your dreams? Get involved with these dudes. You need to have a singular focus, right? What type of lifestyle you want, right? Because I remember my son one time was like, well, Dad, you had us at 20 and we doing all right. I'm like,
don't do that.
No. First off, you don't know what
it took to get here.
Through here or what it took to get here. And 2, that don't mean it's gonna work out like that for you. So don't look at the next person. Like, that's the thing. We look at the drug dealer's life that's appears to be successful or is successful to some degree. Very short-lived success. Short-lived. And we'd be like, I want to be like him. I want that. So I pursue that. But that don't mean it's gonna work out like that for you. You know how many broke drug dealers there are in the world? You know what I mean?
Because only the one at the top is making the most, is eating the most, and then eventually and the ones that you said, so the ones that ain't making nothing.
We got paycheck to paycheck drug dealers. Now, I'm not familiar with the business, but I just off averages.
What's hood dudes?
I guarantee
hood dudes now who graduate from high school. Now, when I was going to school, if you was a banker, I mean, if you was down the street, crib, Great Street, Gerson Park, whatever. If you was, but you didn't go to school. Like you was like that. You was a
full-time banger.
Now I'm like, how you bang? But then you walk and you graduate from high school with
Valedictorian.
So wait a minute.
You a smart dummy.
If you go be like, wait a minute. You talk about what up, cuz, and then you was salutatorian. Like
you in class like
whatever.
But anyways,
but that's the man.
You gotta have that focus. And I think when you say where's the dad at, even if obviously we understand that there's situations where kids don't have their dad in their life, right? But as unks, as people, men involved in that child's life in one way, shape, or another, like, it's your responsibility, I think, to speak into that child's life or to, like if I'm a coach, I see these kids come out here with bad attitudes, right? They don't catch a ball, they throwing tantrums. No.
Right.
We're not doing that. get up. Like, I'm going to instill some level of discipline in you while you're in my arena of influence.
But they have to let you.
Now they have to.
And that's
the
where
parent has to let
that's
you.
what I'm saying. So the parent has to let you. So when you say get up, like no, or he throws a tantrum, or he throws the ball at a kid after he felt it was a bad call, and you pull him off to the sideline and you sit him down for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you taking my son? See, now
you're encouraging
the behavior.
Right.
And so that's why I'm not even looking for, and even going back to the kids, and I'm not even looking for you to see it. You don't. Yeah. I do. So it's my responsibility, son. You just keep doing what you're doing. Right. I got you.
Right.
But Dad, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Well, they all do. You're not doing that.
Right.
Right. Now, because the relationship we have, right, and like I said, even with your daughter is, you come and talk to me.
Yeah.
Now, again, eventually it will make sense.
Right.
Because I've never seen any doctor or lawyer who owns a practice, or anyone who's successful, who had successful parents and are successful in their life, be mad at their parents now that they're successful.
Right.
Now, I'm sure it was times with Patrick Mahomes II, because his dad was a major league pitcher. Uh-huh. So I'm sure there was times where his dad was hard on him because he played baseball and football. So I'm sure there was plenty of times of practice where he throwing the ball and he up there fussing in his room, telling his mom, dad is doing this and dad is doing that. But I have a venture to say now,
right,
that Patrick Mahomes don't have no.
It's always hindsight.
He ain't mad.
It's always hindsight. Even for us, speaking for myself, I could look back at the things my parents said, all the what I classified as nagging that my mom did when I was coming up. Now I'm like, man, if I would have just listened, right?
The older we get, the smarter our parents become.
Absolutely. It's like, man, if I would have just listened, I probably would have been here 10 years ago, right? I would have been here as far as where I'm at in life and the type of success that I experienced in my life. Now, I probably wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have had to go through that. But in the moment, because I think I know everything, because I think I'm the smartest person in the room, because I know what I'm doing, I ignore all that. Now, that's different when your children are adults. When your children are adults,
none of their
if you ain't established that level of
yeah.
respect and understanding to where they value your opinion even in adulthood. Like, but I've had teens come to me and be like, there's nothing I respect about my parents. Now, will they ever say that? No. Because disrespect is not allowed. And for the sake of self-preservation,
get your head knocked
I'm not
off your
saying
shoulders.
nothing like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's sad because it's two-part for me. One, from the parent side, I understand, like, y'all don't even understand how hard it is out here in real life, right? Your parents are doing the best they can. At least I hope, right? Like, they're doing the best they can. I get it. It's not up to your expectations or your want, but they're doing the best they can. But then at the same time, from the child perspective, it's like, I want greater and I'm not seeing that.
And I think, honestly, to have that, for them to come to you, right, and to say that, I don't even really think it's about the stuff in that instance.
No.
I think it's more so about, like, this, again, the standard of what you're saying you want from me, right? Or you're saying this is what we do, and you're saying this is how we operate, and you're saying this is how we move. But you don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? It's like you don't do that. Like, you can sit here and
really, a lot of times, I think in those situations, the teens that I've dealt with, it's like their parents have put them at, like, they feel like employees instead of children, especially like how you said you were the oldest, right?
Yeah.
You could have grown a resentment for your brothers and sisters because Chris can't go do what Chris want to do. Because I got to come home and watch y'all, right?
But my parents, and then now we get into the crux of it, because my mom and my stepdad, which I said this last week, y'all can get the story last episode, but my mom and my stepdad and my dad, so my biological father, he lives in Detroit, and that's where my dad's side of the family is. But my stepdad, he's Samoan. Mm-hmm. He's crazy. and my dad is crazy.
Right.
They both were very similar,
Yeah.
right? In how they moved and operate as men.
Right.
So I saw, when they said something,
They meant it.
what you mean?
Right.
Like neither one of them. Quick story. So my dad, I've only seen my actual dad, my biological father from Detroit. Shout out to the 313. Always. What up, though? I saw him crash out one time.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, it was, when I say it shook me, because I was about 11.
Yeah.
I was about 11, and so I came home. I went to my cousin's house. I came home, and a friend of mine, he's more like my big brother, a dude my dad had kind of looked after, whatnot. Shout out to Seth. But Seth was at the house, and my dad is like, he's going off.
Like he yelling at y'all?
No. Like he's just yelling in general, like
okay.
just about life. He's like, man, and this is going on, and such and such should be doing this, and I done did this for this person, and they owe me this, and all this thing. So I've never seen my dad like this.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right.
So, and my dad plays around a lot. You met my dad, like he's always joking. So I'm thinking like he playing. Right. So he up here, right? And then so I started laughing because I'm thinking he joking, and he looked at me, bro. He has never looked at me. He's like, you better get up out this house or you get hurt. Bro.
Yeah.
I grabbed my ball.
I'm going.
I left. I went down the street to the park with nobody at the park with me.
Yeah. But I'm going to put these shots
I was working on some drills.
I'm not going back home.
And so I came back home, maybe about, I don't know.
Yeah.
It may have been like an hour. I was like, they ain't going to go home no time soon.
Right.
But I get back home. And so it was the same day my cousin Jared was having his draft party. He played for Penn State. So we went to my aunt Annette's house. So we pull up to the house. And so now, mind you, I ain't saying nothing. Because I ain't, listen.
It's a quiet ride.
For me, it's a whole quiet ride, right?
Yeah.
Because and so we pulled into the driveway of my aunt's house, and he said, man, don't ever do that. I was like, well, I said, I didn't. He's like, you know when I'm serious?
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't.
Yeah.
I was like, and my mom like, I've never seen you crash out.
Right.
You've always handled your business. You've always done what you're supposed to do. You've always been in the space. You've always been calm, cool, and collected. I've never seen you get out of pocket.
Yeah.
To the degree, I remember growing up as a kid, and I would wake up, and he would hear me coming down the stairs, and anything that anybody was doing downstairs, whether drinking, smoking, or whatever, even though he wasn't doing, he's like, put that stuff away. My son is coming downstairs.
Yeah.
Just that same dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen you like. I was like, I didn't.
Mm.
And he was like, and then he kind of like shifted because I was like, I honestly, like, I've never seen you like that.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but you don't. He said, don't do that. Mm-hmm. He's like, you know when I'm playing, you know I'm serious. I was like, got it, yes sir. And then he flipped it, and while we sitting in the driveway, he said, listen, you can be as great as you want to be. Mm-hmm. He's like, it doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do. You can be as great as you want to be, or you can be as trash as you want to be. Right. He's like, the only person that's going to stop that is you. Yeah. So from that point on, again, that was when I was like 11 and 12. So I've always moved, even with my friends and amongst people I've been around, I've always been like, man, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to start this business. I've had this vision. And it's like, why? Because I can do. And then once I got older, and then I realized how dope God is, and I got saved for real.
Oh yeah, once you tap into that, that's a different
So
story.
for me, it's having that, my fathers and my stepfather is the same way.
So you never grew a resentment for having to...
No, because what they did was, and so with my mom and my stepdad here, so even having to be here early, I had my own room. So when we finally moved into the house, now my whole life, it was me and my brothers, we always shared a room. Mm. But this was back when we was on Section 8, the food stamps, but then we saw it, which I've seen the American dream work to go from being on food stamps to owning your own house and all that. So this nonsense about you can't get off. But that aside, so they always allowed me, they said, you got one job that's going to school. Yeah. I had a summer job when I was 16. I can't remember the summer program. It was through Nevada Partners, but I had one. summer job. Other than that, they were like, we do not want you working. Your job is to go to school. Mm-hmm. So if I needed the car, they would give me the car. Like I said, I wasn't a knucklehead.
So they still provided you a level of freedom to where you didn't feel bogged down all the time.
But when you got two parents in the household, I wasn't their parent.
Right.
I just had the responsibility until we get home.
Yeah.
You make sure this, and this is in
order. And that's probably, I mean, some of the situations there are two parents in the house, but a lot of times, most of the time, it's not. And I think a lot of times, that's where the resentment grows. Yeah. And it's like, why'd you put me in this situation? Like, I've had kids tell me, like, Mama, why she keep having kids? She can't take care of the one she got. Right? And those are hard as an unc or as a mentor. Man. Those are hard. Like,
it's a hard conversation, bro.
Those are questions I can't answer because I don't know your mama like that. Like, I know your mama, but I don't know your mama.
Right.
And that's your mama business. And I'm not trying to necessarily dive into that aspect of it. More so where you are mentally and coming to handle, because your situation is your situation. And unfortunately, I can't save you from that. But I feel like it all goes back to the responses that we've developed from a young age into now and the people that we've had influences.
Yeah.
Because I deal with some grown men that I'm like, yo, who raised you? Right? Like, because how they handle stuff.
Like, why you?
How they do? Like, what? Yeah. Why are you like that? You know what I mean? And it's not like this is a Keith thing that Keith just don't like, and you know what I mean? It's my preference. No. Like, it's a universal opinion of people that are surrounded around you. Like, it's not just me. Like, we can do a poll and 8 out of 10 people are gonna say,
yeah, you don't. Why
this
you
is a problem.
That way?
But again, I know, the grace is like, all right, I know it's how you were brought up. But then it goes back to what we were talking about. Was probably off cam. Having a community around you.
Somebody can be like, hey,
so bro, like, hey, that ain't a good look. And you like, why? You know what I mean? And you don't take it offensive. I think any wise person listens to their critics, especially because even if the op has something to say, I don't like Keith. You know what I mean? Like, the internet is crazy. And I'm pretty sure we're going to experience this.
Yeah, it's all good.
People saying crazy things in the comments, right?
But for the future, I don't care. I think I can speak for both of us in this.
Yeah.
So as we're creating our community, y'all gonna send us, videos and emails, and we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna help. It's gonna be great. Yeah. But if somebody says something,
don't go at them in the comments.
Don't go at them, and don't send it to me. Don't send it to us. I really could care less. God has been too good. We so dope. He's been blessing us beyond measure and doing what we're doing, rocking out with the Unk podcast and everything else we're doing. I really don't care.
A lot of it's trolling. A lot of it is rage baiting. And really, at the end of the day, only God can fix stupid. So when you see stupid, just pray for him. Only God can fix stupid, bro. When you see stupid stuff, you just be like, Lord help. Because there is nothing you're gonna say that makes somebody that want to be stupid, like, especially online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially online. But the point is having somebody around that like can say, hey man, why, like, where, walk me through your mindset in these situations to where I can try to better understand your response. Because if I better understand your response, then I can better understand, and this relationship's gonna be better off for it.
Right.
Because you do it in your marriage, right? Like, I know my wife don't like when I leave the shoes in the hallway. You know what I mean? Like, or I remember one time me and my wife's having a conversation. My wife loves, I don't know if she loves it clean, but she will clean. She loves a clean house at all times, right? Me, I love a clean house too, but when it comes to like, am I gonna clean the dishes or I'm gonna get this 15 minutes of relaxation?
Yeah.
And turn on the TV and just be able to.
Get the dishes, yeah.
I get the dishes tomorrow. She like, I can't go to sleep until these dishes are clean, right? But I didn't understand that. And then we had a conversation one day about why she do it. And it was like deeper than what I thought it was. But knowing that, okay.
It changed.
I changed my viewpoint of how I'm moving. So like, let me be better at supporting her in this. Because I'm not just trying to like irritate my wife.
And just imagine the conversation beforehand that you have with somebody like, man, she be tripping, man, and she just be with the shoes and everything, and then people looking at you like, you mean you got a clean house? You got a woman who like to clean?
Yeah.
And you, wait a minute, and you mad, bro? Man,
and it's like,
fool if you don't pick them shoes up.
I appreciate it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now it's like over the course of the 12 years we've been married, 13 years we've been together, like there's traits about her that I've picked up that I'm you like, nah, we ain't doing that. Before, I would have never thought about it, right? But knowing like, I need to understand your mentality and being able to be in somebody's life and okay, I see you frustrated. The frustration is okay. I'm gonna teach you how to respond in these moments because life is gonna deal whatever life is gonna deal to you. But how do we respond to that type of stuff? Right.
That's what you said. Like when you had with the coworker, and it was like, well, who? Raised you, and it's like, okay, well, take me through your thinking.
Yeah.
Think about it. That's conversation we have with our kids.
Right.
They'll do something. It's like, no, I'm just curious. Like, no, genuinely, just obvious, genuinely
I just
curious.
really want to know.
Why was that a good idea?
Yeah.
Like, why was jumping off the couch on tile a good idea? I mean, I genuinely want to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and if the answer is I wasn't thinking.
Well, we know you got it.
But let's talk about why.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not a good idea.
But those are conversations you have as parents, we have with our children.
Right.
Right? Whereas, why was that? So, because now, okay, earmark, and the good lessons are when you got a scratch or something happened, when you jumped off the tile and you slipped.
I'm going to let you hurt yourself.
Yeah, go ahead. You good. Go and sit down.
I wouldn't do that if I was you, but go ahead.
That's how it is. That's how it is in my house. You know, as long as it ain't like no broken bones or nothing major. You know, what that is, all right, go ahead, lay down. You be all right. Go sit down.
Yeah.
I told y'all, right? Yeah. As soon as y'all start playing, somebody gonna get hurt.
Right. Exactly.
Y'all probably should stop. But go ahead. Go ahead. What y'all playing? We playing football, basketball. Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes in controlled environments, letting your kids bump their head is good. I think. You know what I mean? Like in sports, kids get hurt. I'm not the coach or the parent that's immediately running to them. Right? First off, you know your kid.
When he actually hurt.
You know that I'm hurt cry versus like your pride hurt. You know what I mean?
Get up.
You good. You hurt right now, but it's just a stinger. Yeah. Right? So I'm watching. Like, all right. The way he's responding, he might be really hurt.
All right, let me
get up and go and see what's going on. Or it's like, boy, ain't nothing wrong with you. I saw the whole play. Get up, shake it off, right? And being able to like be in tune, I just feel like it makes the world a better place, bro. As I feel like as adults, we got to do that more with each other. Like if you respond to a certain situation a certain type of way, if I'm close to you and I don't get it, or I don't necessarily agree with it, instead of demonizing somebody and making them a bad guy, why not just be like, why you think like that? What, explain the thought process. Now, or I'm going to challenge your thinking. Okay, that's how you think. This is how this group of people think. Can you not see? At least, can you not come to be like, I understand, even though I disagree, I understand why you could come to that conclusion. All right. So now we're hoping the Holy Spirit kick in.
Right. And can we go from here, right? And reconcile and just understand. And there are certain things we got to understand, like there's a sin issue or something that we really need to separate ourselves from and not even be like, you really don't see how you being with old
those
girl,
type of conversations happen early on.
Yes.
Before we have to start chopping people.
Correct. But if you're at that place, right? Because I'm just going off the assumption we're talking to everybody. Yeah, so if you're at that place, right, and if it's a sin issue, right? Because we all say everybody has different convictions, right? Yeah. But there are certain things that we all should are non-negotiable, right? So if you married and you with old girl, that's
non-negotiable. Right. We only
there's no conversation like, what is your thinking? And no, you're stupid. Like that's retarded. Yeah. Like that's wrong.
Yeah. That's
or you steal from somebody.
It's not.
There is no. That's a not like there is no. But the other things in there's some, and we can't allow politics or these things that are our choice that are surface at best. That's the thing that gets me. Like, you don't leave out the house and go to Starbucks and you order your drink from Starbucks. You're like, you liberal? Okay, right. I ain't ordering no drink.
Is this a liberal or conservative Starbucks?
You know, is this establishment, do you support
Yeah.
Bill of 37D's subsection 7?
You're right.
Because it's like, you don't do that. You go, order your Starbucks. You go home. Even if you see the person and like, they have colorful hair, or they're this or they that, you still don't go out looking for.
You're not gonna turn the coffee down because somebody that opens the window got colorful hair and nose piercings.
No,
you might look at them and be like, "Whoa."
Okay, you probably should make some different life choices, but
and you're gonna move on.
Or, and here's the level that I'm at, and prayerfully with just my friends, and again, that circle, right, that we have is, I see something is wrong. And we said it last week. Now I'm understanding the spiritual aspect behind it.
Yeah.
So instead of vitriol in that person, because they maybe didn't have somebody in their life.
Right.
They didn't have an unk in their life.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing, right, that you'll see a lot of people who, because most people, whether their political affiliation, when you're much younger, the vast majority is liberal. Because in my mind, I'm young, I know everything, I should be able to do whatever I want. What's the big deal with them being able to do that? What's the big deal with that? And the older you get, you just naturally become more conservative because you own a home now.
Yeah.
Now you have children,
now you're
right?
Seeing how these
now
things
you're
are
married,
affecting
and now
you.
you're looking at taxes differently, right? You're looking at all this stuff because before you was like, yeah, tax the rich until you get a little pocket change. It's like, wait a minute.
Why are you taking on my money?
You know how much I pay $30 million in taxes? Now the percentage is, you know what I mean? So you naturally become more conservative in just your living because you lived a little bit and you understand everything isn't the end of the world, right? And that was a bad decision I made. But when we go out of here, it's not just, oh man, you need to do that. And then now I'm going back and forth with you.
Yeah.
Right? It's right. And it says, not to answer a fool in his folly, right? And this conversation ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So, okay, I see the person. Okay, thank you. You know what I'm saying? How your day going? You good?
Yeah. Right.
See, it doesn't matter if you liberal. Everybody need God.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. So you can't just, everybody deserves dignity and respect. We leave out of here and we're to the place now on your dating apps. And if they Republican, it's a red flag. Like, what are you talking about?
And at the end of the day, especially when it comes to the church as a whole, right? Not one particular establishment, but the body of Christ. Like, there should be a level of uniformity when it comes to how we interact with each other and with the world, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of any other type of belief. If I like hip hop and it's clear that I'm raised in a hip hop culture and you were raised in, Mahalia Jackson, or you were raised in a country James somewhere.
Michael W. Smith.
At the end of the day, we should connect because our spirits connect, right? Because the same spirit that lives in you lives in me. So there should be some uniform behavior that it comes when we interact with each other. Now, if you find out I'm Democrat and I find out you Republican, that's nice.
You still going to the game?
Right? Like,
because I've never.
Because we disagree with, do you agree, and I'm pretty sure nobody in the audience agrees with 100% everything their spouse thinks or believes or likes or want to do, right?
Nope.
My wife likes sushi. I don't eat sushi. So when it comes to dinner, if you want sushi, we need to make sure we go to a sushi spot that offers other options.
Yeah, they got fried rice.
Because I'm not eating it. But I'm not like, you know what, sushi can't be with you. You eat sushi, right? But there's families that won't talk to each other because
it's crazy.
Political affiliations. And it's like,
it's crazy.
It's the craziest thing in the world, and they call themselves believers.
That's another conversation. Like, but really, I'm sure we'll get to that somewhere. But it is.
When it comes to responding to something, right? Like,
just
that's what we're talking about.
Somebody votes a certain way, even if you disagree with them, and even if you have a valid reason, even if their reason doesn't make any sense whatsoever, it does not mean like
the fundamental ways of how we treat each other.
What is going on?
Should be uniform, bro.
You be screaming and yelling at people when the pandemic was going on, whether you believed in COVID or not, or you were saying, oh, it was a hoax, or you were saying, if you go into an establishment and they ask you to put a mask on, or if they said you don't have to, then don't. But don't be in there yelling at somebody.
Right.
Because they got a mask on. you got this mask on, you don't. So you cough. People would cough on people and yelling and
then you got a Jesus is Lord shirt on.
No, God is dope.
God is dope.
Jesus Lord ain't there no more.
Oh,
God is dope.
God is dope.
Because the corny shirts is out of style. Now, you remember the one that Jesus is my lifesaver? You know, you see,
got those out there, bro.
You don't do that. Like,
those
it got to be
exist.
a brand now.
But yeah, we done came up with the Christian fashion big time in good ways.
And it's in bad ways because we go. That's another one. I was about to go somewhere.
I was about to go
somewhere because now it's a fashion show. It's all good. Go ahead.
For sure.
But I get going. Go ahead.
There should be like a uniform way in how we treat each other, right?
It should be.
And you don't agree with everything your wife does or your husband does. So like you come across somebody that don't agree with everything from a political standpoint. Okay, that's fine. How's your day been? Right? I should still feel the love of God from you. But
because you're Democrat, your wife passed away.
Right, but when we respond a certain type of way, my question is always like, how is that bringing God glory? Do you think God is in heaven like,
God is.
I'm so
That's
pleased
what I'm talking about.
With the division that is happening within my body right now over politics. Like, there's so much, like them politics are going to last for eternity. Regardless. Now, again, things matter, right?
Absolutely.
Politics matter to a degree, right? But overall, big picture, long term, it don't. Big picture, all this stuff that we're talking about, outside of, like you said, my purpose in this life should be to please God, period. When it comes to work, when it comes to raising my children, when it comes to loving my spouse, when it comes to how I interact with politics, when it comes to how I love on strangers, when it comes to everything we do, the main goal should be to please God. Like when I walk away from that situation, God is like, good job, right? Everything else isn't that important. Our response as believers is huge to how our children come up, the legacy that we leave. And then if we're not responding the right way.
Because the whole body is affected. Like
the whole body's affected.
When you act up, that's why your parents was on your head. Good parents, right? Because you was out here like, if the neighbor, this is a little bit even before me, but when the neighbor found out you was acting a fool.
They got you. Right. I'm glad I didn't come up in that era.
Man, there's people, my dad and other people
I'm still young enough to where when the neighbor touched me, it was a problem.
I got like six whoopings before I got home, right? But it was one of those because what you're doing, it not only reflects your parents, you reflect in the neighborhood, because that's back when we had neighborhoods, right?
Right.
It wasn't all these subdivisions and gated communities and all that, but we actually had neighborhoods, and we grew up in the same neighborhood. We were there for years.
Society, the culture cared about having kids raised up, come up with some form of discipline and some form of...
Which was connected to godliness. Everybody went to church. Yeah. It's amazing how... See, that's another one that's going to get me started. I'm telling you, because we don't... It's like, no, I got my own personal relationship, and that's good. But even in just the process of going to church, what are you teaching your kids? See, and we're not even talking about the spiritual aspect, just the basic fact of getting up in the morning, okay, making sure my clothes are ready, making sure we got to do this. What is my responsibilities here, right? We're not just going to, yes, the word is there, but am I going to be a part, right?
Yeah.
Come work on children's church. I'm going to do the cleaning team. Like, I'm just teaching you responsibility and being a part. Son, you don't have to do everything. Daughter, it's not always about you, right? As a matter of fact, this is about the one who we're going to worship this morning. And get up, brush your teeth, wash your face. We going. Bro. Why? Because in spite of what I'm teaching you, your response to regardless of what's happening can't be, I'm just going to sit home.
We ain't laying the right foundation.
No, we're not.
And in closing, because our time is coming to a close, right? But in closing, I think, like, what I would want the audience to take away is, like, the question what type of foundation you laying for if you have children, your children, and for yourself, right? Like, I told myself the other day, like, I got to stop lying to myself. And they're like, what you talking about? I'm like, I be telling myself I'm going to go to the gym every morning. Hey, bro, I ain't been in weeks.
Hey, well,
weeks.
You might as well just let that one go.
I'm like, keep stop lying to yourself. Like, just stop telling you.
Thanksgiving
do it
coming,
or
Christmas
don't.
coming.
I gotta do it.
You might as
bro.
well just let it go.
I gotta do it because I care, right? And to me, again, even how I keep myself, how I take care of myself. When I notice when I'm working out, my children are more mindful. Dad, I don't want to eat that. That's not healthy.
Yeah.
Right. But laying the right foundation, like you said, the fundamentals. Kids come into the gym wanting to shoot threes.
Instead of
And
working
they
on the
can't
handles
dribble.
and defense.
In life, you trying to be an adult and you don't even understand yourself. We gotta lay the foundations, baby.
Let your kids be kids. Stop being on, again, and for me, my part of the thing is, listen, again, going off the foundation, making sure, right, that as much as to do with you, you're doing what you're supposed to do and what God told you to do.
Right.
Because if that's the case, if every day I leave out my house is to please him, everything is filtered through that. Everything I say and do is filtered through that. So I won't, if somebody cut me off on the freeway, I won't get road rage and drive them down and follow them at work and follow them home. And then there's another story on the news talking about, and it's all started. There was a news in Texas, I believe in Houston, simply because the lady held the open for the one lady and she didn't say, I'm sorry.
Well,
And it ended up coming down and the lady ended up getting shot. All because she held, it's not that big a deal. If you hold a door, you shouldn't have held it for them saying they're sorry. You should have held it because it's the right thing to do.
And on that,
I
think we could close.
So, no, we talked about, so my rant last week.
Yep.
What did I say last week? I said, get over.
Yeah.
Don't be, if you're in the bathroom and there's 3 stalls.
Yeah, get over.
Get over. Go to the furthest
It happened
one.
again.
I'm in a class, right? I had a business class. I'm in there. And so I'm leaving, ready to go home. And I go, and what do I see? It's 3 urinals, and where is he at?
In the middle. He ain't watched it. We ain't released the episode
And then, so here's the second part of my rant on that. So then, not only are you in the middle, then, so he comes out. So I go to the outside one, use the urinal. I hear the door close. No water.
Oh, didn't wash his hands. Nasty.
It is 2025.
Start washing your hands.
Listen,
man.
this ain't got nothing to do with COVID. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Wash
your hands.
Your foundation
is off.
Wash your hands. What in the antibacterial soap is going on here? Like,
that's crazy. And it happens a lot.
Dude, I said, did he just, like, I heard the door closed, that no paper towel, no water, no soap dispenser. Listen,
wash your hands, man.
Because again, that's the same person who'll go and touch the top of your can.
He the friendliest guy at work, and he's shaking everybody's hand.
He'll never fist bump. Like, that's the dude at work.
He want to shake hands.
Hey man, what's happening? You like, hey, if it's a dude at work, hey, listen, I'm not saying that. Wait, hold up. I'm not saying that the friendly dude at work don't wash his hands, but
that's how he likes it.
There's a high percentage. There's a high percentage.
Watch him.
So just saying. So if you don't know what we're talking about, it's probably you.
It's probably you.
You
know if you wash your hands.
So
or not.
if you at work and it's the lady who's overly friendly, always want to give somebody a hug and all that, watch her. Watch her go to the bathroom. Like, so one time at work when she like, oh, I'm going to use the bathroom, just say go with her and just watch.
If her hand's not glistening when she leave the bath, because if you wash your hands, even if you use a paper towel, there's still water residue.
It's still moisture. It's still, yeah.
Their hands not shiny. They not.
So that's mine.
You know what? I don't even
wash.
Do I have a rant this week?
Your hands.
I don't know. I don't have a rant this week. I ain't think of one. But I will say, to close, the Aces need a license plate. Okay? I don't know if we need to talk to the governor. Who makes those decisions? We need to talk to some politician. The Aces need a license plate. And I'm ending on the Aces because, again, I'm about to leave to go to their parade.
Yeah, you got to...
Wifey is very serious about getting there on time. And on time is hours early, which is crazy because we don't do that nowhere else. That's another subject.
I'll be watching you on the news.
I will probably be on the news.
You will. Y'all was last year. So I'll be watching. We'll be somewhere else.
We appreciate y'all, though. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Man. I hope we said something that strikes a chord, that plants a seed in your heart that like will produce a fruit that will like bring God glory and
let us
and
know.
benefit
This
your
what I
life.
want. You know what I mean? Like, let us know in the comments, right? Even with you growing up, like, what was it like?
Yeah.
You know, did you have, you know, your parents, your dad, or how that was, and, you know, how did it work out? Because ultimately, that's what this, we a community, right?
How
we don't
how do
know.
you respond to different things in life? Do you know that you respond to things in a bad way? Do you
have
know,
a group? You have
like,
a group of people that can say, "Hey, yo, fam."
Do you have
this
that
is what I'm
community
seeing.
that says like, "Hey, you tripping? Are you the person that don't like to be told anything?" Like, let us know. Talk to us, because as we keep going on recording these podcasts, like, that's what's gonna grow the content.
We building
That's how we're
community.
gonna build community, and
We
we're
are
gonna help
y'all.
each other.
We are y'all. Y'all
So we
are
love
us.
y'all already.
We're going to build this together. I am so excited, like, just with the other things we got going with the other podcasts that we're going to be spinning off of these, but I am so excited. The only thing I'm so forward to look to everybody's life being impactful, of saying, man, the Unk podcast, man, thank you for that, man. I did this and this happened, and just to see the
You don't keep it a bean on here always.
that will always be the case. So if you're in the comments talking some nonsense,
I like to talk though, so if you don't get
I
spicy, I might get spicy with you in the comments.
I'm down for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can go.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? We can go. Now, don't open that door if you're not one of those. But
disrespect is not
tolerated. But no, we love y'all, man. We truly do. But definitely like, subscribe, all those things. Get in the comments. Let's chop this up. Let's make this a conversation. And at the end of it, we all can be better from it, right? That's what his ultimate goal is. Every single time we leave from here, that we learn something from each other, but also from y'all and vice versa. We can always learn something from somebody. So we love y'all. Stay out of trouble, right? And we will see y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.